Who else was GSP going to fight, you know?
Anderson.
Never
made the jump. Never made the jump. Why not? And that's the one thing that like I felt like would have cemented either or's legacy. That's 100% GOAT.
There would be no conversation.
But this is what makes this is the realest GOAT conversation that's ever taken place on the internet.
100%.
Perfect.
Recently, there's been a new crowned #1 pound for pound under the name. It's Smesh time.
It's Smish, my brother.
It's now the conversation starts. Who's the GOAT? Who's the greatest of all time? Who is the best to ever do it? I've got probably like a top 4 or a top 5.
Yeah, let's lay out the top 5. I think it's pretty simple, right? Who's your top 5?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the same as mine.
Okay, so for me, and this first one, I'm going to start off something a little crazy. Okay, you ready? CM Punk. Amanda Nunes.
Oh, I'm so sexist that I didn't even realize that women even fought in MMA. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a problem.
Probably for me, it's GSP. Obviously, in the GOAT talk, has to be.
Obviously.
Fedor.
Yes, I can see why.
Anderson.
Yes.
And
you're not going to say Jon Jones, bro. What the fuck? You're not going to talk about Jon Jones?
Nope. I'm not even going to say his name.
And you're not even going to say Adesanya.
Oh, interesting. No, not yet.
Dude? You see this? 100 wins, baby. Do you see this shirt? I got that shit from New Zealand. You know, I had some of those picks. So obviously I have Khabib up there.
Especially
Jon Jones.
Jon Jones in the pound range.
We got to put Conor McGregor in there because he's one of the few double champs. Okay.
You kind of have to.
So we have to. I think we have to put Adesanya up there because just like, okay, when we talk about GOATs, we're going to have to talk about quality of the people that they fought. Obviously, right?
Obviously.
So Fedor did fight some really quality people. Vanderlei on crazy steroids.
Yeah, right. That was my thing for Fedor.
Any other people that were DJ. We got to mention DJ's Mighty Mouse. Okay, so these are the people that we've got up.
You think about Fedor and who he fought.
Yeah.
He fought some juiced up dudes.
Yeah, honestly, crazy juice. Yeah, I'm looking up his record now just so we can talk about it. Oh, you got it. Okay. Now, who's the best guy though? Out of the people he fought, I'm saying.
Hold on, you got to go back a bit. That's the tough part. So one of the things that makes somebody a GOAT is knowing when to stop fighting.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. You know why? Because honestly, sometimes greatness cannot like the person who possesses greatness sometimes doesn't want to leave. It's like and it doesn't make them any less great that they started sucking. It's just that they expose themselves. For instance, Anderson Silva, right? He hasn't had a lot of great fights after Chris Weidman. It's been tough. It's been tough.
Yeah. Well, I can see your
point though. I can see your point.
Yeah, because let's think about this. So me and my dad used to play basketball together all the time, right? Yes. He would beat the snot out of me.
Yeah.
Until one day I was really tall. Oh, and then guess what? He didn't play with me anymore.
He stopped playing.
Which means that he recognized, okay, it's my time. Everybody else in the sport's evolving. I just can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I've got to put my gloves on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you think so you have that idea that is a legitimate reason that people shouldn't fight anymore is because like the fact that they can identify when to pull out is a piece of their greatness. Dude, Michael Jordan came back and played on the Washington Wizards. We're not saying that he sucked.
He did. That's a good point. And nobody really talks about
He was terrible then.
Right. Yeah.
He was bad at basketball.
That's an interesting point.
My idea is the opposite because it's like you can't stop because you feel so great. Like you're going to go beyond when you probably should have stopped because you are so good. So like this great feeling of like you wanting to dominate and win is what got you to the sport or got you to the top of the sport, to domination. And so now you are like, you go a little bit past your prime. I'm actually mad at guys like GSP. I was going to say,
I think that GSP he left and then he came back with good timing too.
Killed Bisping, dude.
Killed it. With picked the perfect time, and obviously it was like selection, right?
Yeah.
He didn't come back.
Yes.
He didn't come back for
Yoel.
like Izzy. He didn't come back for Yoel. He didn't come back for like. There's a reason to that because
he didn't come back for Luke Rockhold. He didn't come back for Luke Rockhold.
His shots, I think, is what made him a GOAT.
That's what I think. That makes him.
That kind of goes the opposite a little bit.
I think that makes him not good.
I was gonna say, if you always pick your shots, hold on.
Yes. Give me the best person GSP fought.
Matt Hughes, easy.
Is he that good?
Matt Hughes, 45-9.
Could Matt Hughes beat any of the people today?
Today?
Yeah.
And
I'm just stating facts, man.
That's fair. No,
he lacked a lot of like stand up. GSP also fought Matt Hughes. GSP could fight a lot of people today.
Well, to be fair, I think GSP is a decent bit younger than Matt Hughes was. BJ Penn, Thiago Alves, Josh Koscheck, Carlos Condit, Matt Hughes.
Name a person that you even think is that good there. Nick Diaz.
Matt Hughes, easy.
Nick Diaz is probably the best guy he fought. Let's be honest. I think Nick would beat the shit out of Matt Hughes. Who's the best person? Who's the best person Nick Diaz beat? I don't even know. But I don't want you to look that up.
I would say probably Robbie.
Dude, he beat Robbie Lawler. Who was the champ? Robbie Lawler beat the shit out of Matt Hughes. And we're done, dude. The discussion's over there. Robbie Lawler would smash Matt Hughes, but also MMA math doesn't work that way. Okay, now we got to take GSP out of the GOAT discussion.
I don't know if I can. I'll let you take him.
I'll tell you why.
We can stop talking about it. How about that?
I'll tell you why about GSP. Okay. Jon Jones. Although it is very difficult to give GOAT status to a man who's constantly messing up and has had multiple run-ins with USADA. It's impossible to give it to him, right? And I get that. And I 100% get that. But we're talking about 15 different champions that he defeated. 15. And let's give the best person that Jon Jones beat.
Brian
had
Fedor.
Jon Jones Matt Hamill. Oh, he lost. But DC would have probably been the GOAT had Jon Jones not been there. Had Jon Jones been...
You can't call DC the GOAT. DC's lost to Stipe twice.
But DC beat Stipe. He went up to a weight class that he didn't even need to go up to.
Let's be honest. He was flirting with that weight class for a decent bit.
Yeah, he's fat, but whatever. He could have been at 85. GSP, bro. GSP didn't go up. We can't give this. He only went up to fight Michael Bisping.
Okay, but he's won. Hold on. Did DC fight anybody else at heavyweight?
No. It was just Stipe trilogy. That means he's not truly a heavyweight. But he knocked out Stipe.
But
who's
DC
supposedly
only
the best
won
heavyweight?
One fight at the heavier weight.
But against the best guy ever to do it.
That's true. That is true. That's fair.
And that's why I say there's nobody on this list that fought somebody that was at the level of DC. And therefore, we can't talk about those other guys being at the same level as Jon Jones because Jon Jones finished DC one fight, dominated him in the first fight.
I do agree. Based off of, like, if you just looked at record, absolutely Jon Jones.
Yes.
I hate to say it, but it's Jon Jones.
Yes.
Like more, is it more championship? Is it more title
defenses? But on top of title defenses, the quality. We're talking about Anderson Silva. He beat Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin. And like,
hold on.
Dude, who cares who Anderson Silva beat?
Like that.
He barely beat Patrick Cote. Who are we even talking about?
Hold on. Vitor Belfort.
Damian Maya. Yeah, he beat Vitor Belfort without TRT.
Rich Franklin. Rich Franklin at the time was a killer.
Okay.
Nate Marquardt.
Great fighter.
I'm sorry. He beat Rich Franklin twice.
Yeah.
Chris Lieben was the one.
Okay, hold on. Let's break there. Rich Franklin didn't even know how to address a clinch. He couldn't break a plum, a double plum. He goes in the Hall of Fame. Rampage Jackson's a legend. Vitor Belfort is a legend. We've got some legends on Jon Jones. Lyoto Machida, legend. You can't take away from those.
So do we take Anderson Silva out?
Just name one guy that you're truly impressed with. That you would honestly be like, dude, I love this fighter.
The only person that he's beat was the GOAT, was the true GOAT. Do you know who that is?
No.
He's never lost a round. He's lost one round, but he only lost that round because he thought the tapping ended the round, not the fight.
Dude, who did he beat?
Uncle Chael.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. I forgot he did.
Uncle
beat
Chael.
Okay, what did Jon Jones do to Chael?
I don't remember. But we have to take, personally, for my GOAT, it wasn't Anderson Silva anyway. And it wasn't Jon Jones.
For your GOAT, like for your president? That's not my GOAT. That's not my GOAT, dude.
It can't be
drugs.
Anderson because of drugs. Simply because of drugs. It can't be
Jon Jones either because of drugs. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
And because of the pure not being able to show up. Like in my mind, you lose fights by booking stuff and then just completely throwing it out the window via other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, Jon Jones immediately gets deducted. He's been recording videos of himself being like, "This is your GOAT. I've won 15 and he's won 4." For me, that automatically is like, "Oh, okay."
No,
so,
man, it doesn't. Whatever they do,
that doesn't take it away.
No, because whatever they do outside the cage, other than drug use.
Demetrius, Mighty Mouse, Johnson.
Okay, who's the best guy he beat?
So, and the reason I'm bringing him up, I didn't even bring him up.
Yeah, I brought him up.
You brought him up.
Yeah.
So the reason that I'm bringing him up is simply because of title defenses and just pure havoc that he wreaked on a division for like.
The best guy he beat was a great fighter, Henry Cejudo.
Henry Cejudo. Yep.
Although Henry Cejudo did get that fight back.
He sure did.
But the way that Demetrius beat him was spectacular. So just for that, Triple C, just for beating Triple C, I think Demetrius is definitely up there in the discussion. It's a better opponent than anybody that
Demetrius should be up there in the discussion.
It's a better opponent than GSP ever fought.
Ooh, well,
Triple
because
C,
of
bro.
time.
Triple C has killed everybody recently,
because of timeline, though.
But that's what we're talking about.
Like, who else was GSP going to fight?
Anderson.
Never
made the jump. Never made the jump. Why not?
That's true.
Anderson's not that big.
That's true.
And that's the one thing that I felt like would have cemented either or's legacy. If they would have beat a GSP, if they would have beat an Anderson, that's 100% GOAT.
There would be no conversation.
And GSP had a tough time with Johnny Hendricks, bro. Although Johnny Hendricks was on the sauce, probably.
Yeah, he was possibly allegedly,
so we don't get sued.
I was gonna say, was he even allegedly though, or was it like just speculation?
Well, his performances completely went to trash after USADA entered the sport. Same with many guys.
Yeah,
so
right.
it's like, is it connected? Maybe not. Yeah. But I'm gonna say possibly.
So far we're booting. So taking out Fedor.
Oh, this hurts though. It hurts me.
I know it does hurt. So we're taking out Fedor.
Yeah.
Taking out Jon Jones.
I hate to do that because honestly,
I don't. It's really easy for me.
Yeah. I hate to do it, man. But I get why.
Taking out Jon Jones.
We got to take out Anderson.
Taking out Anderson.
We have to because of that.
Because if you take out Jon Jones, you have to take out Anderson.
You have to.
It's only fair.
Yeah. And so here's another person that we didn't even mention, to be honest. Henry Cejudo. Okay.
Triple C?
He has to be in GOAT talk, to be honest. TJ Dillashaw, he KO'd him to death. TJ Dillashaw was one of the best guys. He's actually fighting a bigger guy coming down. He beat Demetrius Johnson. And I always go after like who can win a long fight is very important to me, because anyone could. MMA is a crazy sport where anybody could win a short fight, right? I can beat anybody.
And he beat Dom. Yeah,
exactly, bro. He beat Dom.
Dude,
Henry Cejudo might be the GOAT, and we just didn't even talk about it the whole time.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to list out some names.
He lost to Demetrius. That's it, right?
I was going to say he lost to Demetrius, and then he lost to Joseph Benavidez.
Oh, that was a very close fight, and I don't actually think he lost that fight when I watched it, but I get it. Yeah. So he did lose. That's an L on his record.
Then he beat Wilson Reyes, Sergio Pettis, Demetrius Johnson, TJ, Marlon Moraes, and Dominic Cruz.
Those last 4 are fire.
Yeah, they're last. Yeah,
Dominic Cruz and Demetrius Johnson. There's no other fighter on our list that has beat those two people of that caliber.
Yeah,
Dominic Cruz is a different caliber altogether. Demetrius Johnson is a different caliber altogether.
Yeah, Henry Cejudo over DJ.
See, this is where it gets difficult because the title defense is over time. Demetrius Johnson also holds a win over Henry Cejudo. It's also by finish and domination. I'm going to say that I would give Demetrius a little bit over for consistency, because I think if Demetrius had stuck with it in the UFC, he might have been able to do the same thing to Dominic at this stage in Dominic's career.
Also, to the point of knowing when to be done, being done too soon.
Yeah.
I think that Henry still had, I mean, obviously he still had some time in him. How old is he?
Well,
so he's 33. You could argue he's still young enough to get some fights in, right?
Yeah, but so is Khabib. Khabib is that age. So what are we going to do? Remove Khabib because of that? But he made a promise.
That's a point.
You can't fight without father, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
And we didn't even mention CM Punk or Khamzat.
Oh, Hami.
Yeah, we got to put Khamzat on there in the top, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody.
All right, ready? Or TRT Tour.
Oh, that's the one.
All right, ready? I'm gonna give you some names.
Okay.
Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Al Iaquinta, Edson Barboza, Rafael Dos Anjos.
Okay, I can't give Khabib the GOAT, but I think I can also, because he was probably the most dominant guy out of everybody we listed. There was never a chink in his armor.
Well, 2020, one fight. 2019, one fight. 2018, two fights. 2017, one fight. 16, two fights. And then before that, 14. Wow. So he didn't fight very frequently.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because I was going to put Conor McGregor at least in the discussion. It's probably low because of his lack of proof, right? Yeah. But he did beat a Conor McGregor. That's important.
Motivated Conor too.
Drunk Conor.
Drunk Conor.
He beat drunk Conor.
Yep.
And then Justin Gaethje, who dominated Tony. But I honestly think Conor did the best out of everybody, which is,
I thought so too.
Pretty funny, right? Because people shit on him all the time, but I'm like, this guy's fucking amazing. He did amazing with his wrestling defense in the first couple rounds.
Yeah.
So it's to me, it's like I would put Conor up in that discussion. Khabib beat Conor. Khabib and Henry Cejudo and Demetrius Johnson, man, that's a tough one.
I think of those three people, Cejudo, DJ, and Khabib, I put Khabib at the top of that portion.
Yeah, because it's like, dude,
he
Khabib.
beat some studs. But to be fair, only 4 title defenses. No, first one was for the title, 3 title defenses.
Yeah, there's 3 title defenses.
But it could have been a lot more. We're kind of in a what could have been situation.
Honestly, it's Jon Jones, man. We removed him, but we have to put that asterisk. And it's honestly Jon Jones. So the short answer is Jon Jones. The long answer is who is able to win outside of the ring as well.
Okay. Ready? Hold on. We're not done yet. There's one you seem to have forgotten.
Amanda Nunes.
I'm going to list some names. Jermaine Durandamy, Holly Holm, Chris Cyborg, Ronda Rousey, Valentina Shevchenko, Miesha Tate.
Damn.
And then, is that it? Oh, I'm sorry. Those are just the title fights. I'm sorry. And there's more to add on to that, but
I honestly feel like she's also one of the best, the most improved, because she lost to Kat Zingano and she started to understand her ways, and she got to such a high level. Yeah, right. I think Amanda Nunes, but let's be honest, women. Let's be honest, dude. Like, do we
just said it? Just women.
Do we think, just like at the state it's in, we can't say that, because I know that we want to be like,
well,
equal,
we're not saying who would win in a fight. You know what I mean?
But
this isn't a Ronda Rousey women's division either. Like it's not super early in the game like it used to be.
This is a tougher discussion than I even thought, to be honest.
Yeah,
honestly, Amanda Nunes is without a doubt the best female fighter of all time.
And what really gets me is that she outstruck Holly Holm.
Yeah.
She outstruck Cyborg.
But did she outstrike Jermaine Durandamy? No.
She didn't? What was that? I thought that was
No, she was getting pieced up. They're going to show more significant strikes because of the groundwork. She had to take her down constantly.
I thought that fight was close too. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but she had to take her down. Jermaine Durandamy has 0 ground game, which is crazy. Like, dude, you're not going to see, but you're not going to see that in men's MMA. You're not going to see a person who doesn't have any ground game challenging for the title.
So one-dimensional. Yeah, right.
You know, that's why we can't. Cyborg is pretty one-dimensional. She hits hard.
She comes forwards and hit hard.
One-dimensional. She doesn't have multiple styles of a game plan. Ronda Rousey literally stood on her tippy toes when she got punched.
So I'll say this: Amanda is in my top.
Number 1 GOAT female of all time.
Top 3.
GOAT female.
Top 3 gender.
I think you're just letting marketing get into your brain, dude.
No, honestly, I don't think so.
I'm telling you, honestly, we've allowed the fights to be hyped in a way that we're so connected that we think Cyborg is this unstoppable force. If we look at it purely from a skill base, kind of bad, kind of stiff, kind of slow.
You have to put it within their rankings, right? Like you have to put.
So why are we dumbing down our standards for GOAT talk? We can't, bro. Right. Here's a perfect example: Sue Bird, WNBA player, LeBron James.
Okay.
Are we gonna say Sue Bird's the GOAT because she wins championships?
How many?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
15 championships doesn't equate to 1 championship in the NBA.
Okay, greatest team or greatest collegiate basketball program of all time? 100% UConn.
Is that the women's program?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm ignorant to that.
Okay, well that's fine.
And so soccer team, our women's soccer team, the USA's women's soccer team dominates in comparison to men, but they don't have the same competition as the men do. And so our men are going to get dominated.
But they're still within their own level of competition. You know what I mean?
You're a great feminist, dude. And I love it. I don't know if you actually believe it, but I'm going to let you have this, and I'm not going to press.
That's a fair point though, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. Well, here's the thing. She couldn't have beaten any better people available. It's still capped
Amanda Nunes beat amazing fighters.
Right. It's the skill level.
Like those women will beat up most men on earth.
Sure. Yeah, right.
Yes.
The skill level's not as high, but it's capped out. There's no better women out there fighting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's what I'm going based off of only.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, are we gonna give credit to the purple belt world champion over the black belt world champion, regardless of gender?
That's an interesting.
It's amazing that they're a purple belt world champion, better than all the other purple belts.
Yeah,
but they're not the black belt world champion.
That might have done it. Hold on. Dang, hold on. Dang. All right. Who's next? Ready?
Yes.
You said this earlier. Lift your shirt up a little bit. I'm going to give you some names. Ready?
Yes.
Robert Whittaker.
Amazing.
Yoel Romero.
Amazing.
Paulo Costa.
Living La Vida Costa.
Anderson Silva.
Amazing.
Melvin Gillard. Brad Tavares, and then you've got the Derek Brunson. Kelvin.
Dude, Kelvin has starch. Kelvin has a better finish over Michael Bisping than GSP does. We can't discount that.
Yeah, that's true. All right, but only 31. Damn. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, if he ever fights Jon Jones, is Izzy, I'm going to classify as an GOAT.
Pre-discussion because 100 wins. Based off of what he's done in his entire career. He has more wins than every single person on this list professionally.
Yeah, right. But 20-0.
20-0.
20-0. I mean,
no blemish.
It's something to take note of for sure.
Yes.
But I think we can both agree, not the GOAT.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm putting it in there. I'm going to guess that honestly Izzy's going to beat 3-4 more people. He's going to be in GOAT discussion. Then he's going to beat 5 more people after that and then be solidified as GOAT. Okay, so we've got GSP, Henry Cejudo, Demetrius Johnson.
Who's left?
GSP. Demetrius Johnson, Henry Cejudo.
Yes. And Khabib.
And, dude, I think Khabib is actually... I think Khabib
less than those?
No, I think Khabib may be it.
Okay, so
just based off of Justin Gaethje and what he did to his wrestling, because Demetrius Johnson doesn't have that background of wrestling that Justin Gaethje has. Justin Gaethje's literally wrestled with Jordan Burroughs.
Yeah.
Did he win? No, he got beat, pretty much dominated. But he wrestled
high level competition.
Yeah, he wrestled that caliber of guy. When we think
Samba,
about
right?
GOAT, we're thinking about like how well rounded are you?
Sure.
How many dimensions do you offer?
Sure.
And honestly, I just wish that Jon Jones didn't have to make this hard on us. Because this is actually kind of an easy conversation.
It is an easy conversation until
you see how much things he's doing.
Until you read a news report.
It's tough
until
to
you
be
search,
a Jon Jones
until
fan.
you search Jon Jones.
–
So between those three, who's the GOAT?
Recency bias leads me towards Khabib, but that's just recency bias.
Well, also top level of skill, like that they're the best they've ever been right now.
Because honestly, I think he's a more improved version of what GSP was minus kicking. GSP struggled with Johnny Hendricks, and therefore I have to take him out of the discussion in my head. He struggled with Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah.
Khabib never struggled with Johnny Hendricks, and he's been knocked out by Matt Serra.
But GSP double champ.
Yeah, but dude, against Michael Bisping, I think Khabib could beat Michael Bisping.
Oh,
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
So
so is it Khabib?
It's Khabib. Our GOAT discussion has ended at Khabib. Although